How's it going?
I just had a shower, babe. There's nothing better than having freshly washed hair and putting deodorant on and feeling
Mm,
like $1 million.
It feels great. I agree with you. That's my next step.
Yes, babe. You just and I gotta because we're in lockdown at the moment. Hello, welcome, Camila Cabello, by the way, to Ash London Live. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome.
Yes.
Because we're in lockdown at the moment. I just got three deliveries came. It was like a new moisturizer, some new
Mm,
pajamas, and I was like,
ah,
face scrub. I was like, it's and then I get to speak to Camila Cabello. Name me a better morning, babe.
that's great. Are you in your house?
Yes, in my house. I've been here
Oh,
for
that's,
5 weeks.
oh my God. I'm so
Uh,
sorry.
it's okay. We live in a wonderful place and I can see the beach and we're alive and healthy.
Great.
And everyone's still putting music into the world. So I think that would be the real tragedy if all of you guys were like, nah, we're going to stop putting music out. And then I'd be sad.
Yeah, that was my vibe at the beginning of quarantine. I was like, I'm just gonna watch Harry Potter and chill.
You know, we watched Harry Potter for the first time in lockdown. I'd never seen it, never read it. And
Isn't
we
it
were
so
like,
good? Yeah.
it's a magical world out there. It's sick.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got to be part, I mean, Cinderella, very different to Harry Potter, but there is something pretty amazing about being able to step into like a completely magical universe and be a part of that. That's pretty incredible, babe.
I know. It felt like it too. I mean, yeah, I mean, it was pretty magical. And having to, kind of pretend that there's mice that you're talking to is it's a great imagination workout.
Yeah, you started to feel like you're going a bit crazy. Did you get like a dot to look at or something? Or were they just like just around there?
No, three fluffy dots.
Ah. And
I
if
know
we're
you always wish that, like, when you see animated and live action movies, you're like, it would be so cool if it was just like they would actually the actor would see it how you're seeing it for the last time. But no, we just see three fluffy dots.
one day technology will get us there. What do you think is like the best of all of like the classic like Disney animation fairy tale songs? Because so many of these movies are like very women focused and women centered, which I think is amazing. But they all have their song. And which to you is the best one? Are we talking like Mulan, like Colors of the Wind? How
Mm,
far I'll go? There's so many options.
mm.
What's your favorite
Well,
one?
I mean, it's worth saying here that I think a lot of the very classic fairy tales, not the recent ones like Moana and Tangled, but the very classic ones do have women at the center, but their stories written, by men. So it's not very like
Yeah.
empowering towards women like the way that I think the later ones have been. And this Cinderella is a totally new take on it. It's kind of like she's like it's the 2021 version, different values. She is, out here trying to save herself. She's not waiting for, anybody to do it for her. But to answer your question, I love Princess and the Frog, and I love Tangled. Those are my two.
Tangled was so good. I accidentally watched it on at the cable one day and I was like, this is so great. All
I've
right.
watched it so many times.
Good
It's so
answer.
good.
Good answer. How does it feel? I just was on the internet and I was seeing so many kids from all around the world dancing on TikTok and Instagram to Don't Go Yet. And I thought to myself, that must be of all the feelings you get when you put out a song and people enjoy it. I mean, there's got to be nothing more pure than children enjoying themselves and dancing to your music.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything purer than like a dance challenge, like being made to your song, like people dancing to it, because it's like that's not just like a tweet, like I love this song. It's like I was like moving my body to it. That's what you want, and that's what I really want for this song. I feel like it's been such a kind of heavy year, and
Mm.
it can just be hard, and I feel like this song was kind of me choosing joy, and hopefully like other people the song bringing that into their lives too.
I love that. It's a beautiful thing. Hmm. So the album Familiar. I know that in the past, I'm sure when you set out to create a new project, it would have been in some like fancy house studio, all of that kind of vibe. But this was a little different. It was just you and Scott sitting down. Like, where were you? Was it at home or in like a home studio? Where did this start?
Well, we started, me and Scott, in my bedroom in Miami, kind of like a makeshift studio, like just like a mic, guitars, keyboards. And we did that for like probably 7 months or something like that. Not the whole time. Like I
Yeah.
went to London, I made Cinderella, like a lot of stuff happened in the middle. But then we came to Los Angeles because I knew I always wanted to work with Ricky Reed and I wanted him to be like the producer of my album. So we came here and I had some time off before I worked with Ricky. So I met Mike Sabbath, who was Scott's friend. And it was my first time working with him. And that first day that we all worked together, me, Scott, and Mike, we did Don't Go Yet. And we did a couple of other songs that are on the album too. And then Ricky, did his thing on the song as well. And I made songs with Ricky. And so it was just like all a very like, I think the familia thing came about because I felt like it was just kind of my squad, like my music family that I created with these guys. And also, I love my family. I love, that includes to me like my really close friendships. And so it was just kind of like very intimate. Like it was like such a different process for me because I wasn't working with a ton of people. Like it was just like one squad that I got really close with and like by the end of it knew all my deepest darkest fucking fears.
That to me is the craziest thing because you have to be so vulnerable. Like if you hold back and kind of protect yourself and you do a half-assed job and the songs, people don't connect with them as much. So you really have to show up. And that's a really scary thing to do.
Totally. And I feel like, everybody's done the half-ass thing before. I have too. And it's just like not, you just fall out of love with it. Whereas I feel like this process was like, and this project as a result of that has been the work I'm the proudest of because I'm the proudest of the process too. Like, I feel like I really made friends. I really like went to fucking therapy in this room. This is my home studio. We're in LA. So yeah, we did the damn thing.
You did the damn thing. Is that a wine fridge in the corner or just like a bar, a mini bar?
No, it's just like there's just water in there, just full of water.
I thought Camila Cabello had like a little mini wine cellar in the corner of her home studio. I was like, that's some classy shit, man. Just a bottle of Chateau, whatever. Not quite.
I would never like get anything done. I would just be drinking.
You said that you did have some time off there, which I think is so important. What is the go-to for you when you're like, shit, okay, I've got 1 day off, 2 days off, a week off, whatever. What's the first thing that you do that makes you feel like, okay, this is me time. I don't have to perform or I don't have to be anyone, but just like, and it just signals it. It's time.
Honestly, like the number one thing for me is kind of weird as it sounds is reading the New York Times and the New Yorker.
Sick.
On my iPad. Like when I can just like read tons of articles, that's when I know that I'm chilling that day.
Nice. Because especially the New Yorker, they write weird stuff. It's not just like the news, but it's like really kind of nice insights onto things you never think about.
Totally. Like very good, like just like think pieces. It's like the New Yorkers, they can be longer though. That's why sometimes I go for the New York Times. The New Yorkers sometimes can be a commitment, like to commit to their article sometimes, but I love their like daily shouts, like the funny stuff, the cartoons.
Yeah.
I've gotten real close with my iPad over the past year, like just for the articles. I don't have any social media on my iPad. It's just like YouTube articles, Apple TV. And it's just like when I'm on my iPad, I just know that it's, it's recreational time.
That's so good. I'm pregnant and I recently had to have this thing where it's 3 hours and you sit there and they give you like 3 blood tests and make you drink the sugar stuff. And I was so excited because I knew that I would be on my own.
Yeah.
And I would have to have my iPad. But I was just like, put all the needles in me. I don't care. Just leave me in this room to watch whatever schlop I want to without my husband being like, let's put on a sports or a Steven Seagal film. Ugh.
Yeah, I hear you. It's the best. Forced time alone is kind of nice sometimes.
Absolutely. Because I imagine you don't get to spend a lot of time alone. So you earned that, baby girl. You earned that. Well, we're so excited for, I'm going to try and say it like you, familia.
And congratulations, you're a mama.
Thank you so much. 10 weeks to go. When he loves music. So whenever I put on like anything with a beat, he starts kicking. I'm like, that's my boy. That's
amazing.
Boy.
Oh, I love that. That's so awesome. Congrats.
Thank you, darling. Thanks, Camila, so much. Sending all our love to you. Stay safe and well and happy. Enjoy the promo. Enjoy the album. It's so great to see you, darling.
So great to see you too. Enjoy being pregnant as much as you can.
I can't. There you go. You can see it there.
Wow, I love it.
See you,
Bye.
darling.